Damn, two big games yesterday in the NBA, and we couldn't be off to a better start with the NBA resuming. Two marquee games, the first one being the Bucks and the Celtics, and the second one being the Mavericks and the Rockets. I just wanted to give a quick recap of both games. Not going to get too in-depth of it, but in terms of the Bucks and the Celtics game, I mean, the Bucks had a hot start. They couldn't have asked for a better start. They jumped out to a 17-2 lead. I mean, Giannis was just a man amongst boys. He got where he wanted, when he wanted. The Celtics really had no answer for it. But as a well-coached team as they are, Brad Stevens helped the Celtics will their way back into the game. They tied the game late, and then when it was 107 with a minute 30 left in the fourth quarter, there was a huge call at the end of the game, which Giannis had a questionable charge call that they ended up overturning, which became a block and was ended up the go-ahead basket, where Giannis ultimately took over the game and gave the Bucks a 110-107 lead, and he absolutely just dominated the entire fourth quarter, scoring 16 of his 36 points in that fourth quarter. If I'm a Celtics fan, I feel pretty good after this, and here's why. Jason Tatum, the so-called superstar, was beyond awful. He shot 2 of 18 from the field with 5 points. I don't think he could have played worse, but people told me that they're expecting him to deliver a title to the Boston Celtics this year. But we know for sure that it's the first game back in the bubble, of course. We're not going to weigh in too much into this game. This is the projected Eastern Conference Finals matchup. I'm actually the one to believe that the Celtics will beat the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals because I just don't believe in the Milwaukee Bucks top to bottom. As much as I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's going to be a back-to-back MVP. He was phenomenal yesterday, and I expect him to put up big numbers in the postseason. But once the game slows down, he's going to struggle a lot more than he's been now. A lot of his points yesterday came in transition offense. I mean, when he's going downhill like a locomotive, he's impossible to stop. And I saw yesterday, which I said in previous videos, I want to see Giannis in the post more. He was posting up yesterday, and he had open shots for his teammates, which I liked a whole ton. But late in the game, wing player who could create his own shot late in the game. And I don't know if Chris Middleton is that answer. He shot 6 of 20 yesterday with only 18 points. He was okay. He made a few nice plays down the stretch. But a critical thing is someone is going to need to be able to create their own jump shot late in the game, and that's not Giannis's game. He's not going to be able to shoot. His jump shot looks as broke as ever, like it's always been, and it's not going to change, and you can't expect it to change right now. You need to play to his strengths. I still believe Giannis needs more post touches, but also, if I'm a Celtics fan, another key component was Kemba Walker. I believe he only had 16 points, I believe, in 19 minutes. So that's another key factor. He's dealing with a knee injury. So down the stretch, he's going to be playing more minutes, of course. So I expect him to play much more minutes. Obviously, we expect Jason Tatum to play better than what he was yesterday. I don't believe he could have played any worse than he did. So if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm not going to weigh in too much into this game, and I still feel pretty good moving forward. And eventually, when you guys look like you guys will meet the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now let's jump to the Rockets and the Mavericks game. James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Damn. James Harden did his usual 49, 9, and 8, and Russell Westbrook had a 31, 11, and 8 game. I want to talk about Russell Westbrook, and I want to be the first one to commend him for his performance yesterday. He was phenomenal. Russell Westbrook is finally learning to play to his strengths. We've seen him think he's Steph Curry, and Russell Westbrook is not Steph Curry, and when he does think he is Steph, he turns into a liability of a teammate. He only shot 3 3-pointers yesterday. He hit one of them, but that's his game. He needs to attack the basket, and he was ruthless yesterday, attacking the basket. I couldn't be more proud of him. He looked phenomenal doing that because no one could stop him going downhill. He's one of the most athletic, if not the most athletic point guards in the NBA. He was awesome, and James Harden is just a walking bucket. We need to put some respect on his name. James Harden has usual 49, 9, and 8, something we just see every day. In the first quarter, oh, man, he got off to a hot start. I didn't see any 4-month, 5-month rust. He had 23 points, shooting 6 of 6 from the field, 9 of 9 from the free throw line to start off the game. But both ends of the court, they really played no defense at all. That's going to be a problem. It looked like yesterday's game between the Rockets and the Mavs that guys were just going up and down the court. No one was getting back in transition to play defense. But here's the real problem with the Rockets. We go to the other end for the Mavericks. They had no answer for Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis had 39 and 16. They had no one to match up for him because the Rockets ended up trading their only center, Clint Capella, their only guy with size. So they had nobody to match up against Kristaps Porzingis. They tried putting PJ Tucker on him. Whoever they threw at Kristaps, it did not phase him one bit. Because Kristaps, we call him the unicorn. He would just shoot over anybody he can. He would literally just rise up and it's just a bank jump shot, 3-pointer. They had no answer for him. And we know Luka Doncic just gave you his usual business, dropping 28, 13, and 10. Luka's going to give you everything you can imagine. He is a superstar in this league. He may even be the face of the NBA coming down the road, but both teams showed some promise that they can make some noise in the Western Conference playoffs. Do I think they're any title contenders? No, absolutely not. I mean, from the Mavericks standpoint, Trey Burke had a monster game shooting 8 from 10 from 3. He had 31 points. Again, these are things that are not going to be that consistent going into the playoffs, I believe. If the Mavericks want to make any noise, it's going to be really Luka and Porzingis are going to have to carry the load. Porzingis, as great as he is, he looks like the old Porzingis from the Knicks, but other teams are going to be able to match up way better than the Rockets do because they have no size. That's my thing with the Rockets. The Rockets have talent to compete with top teams in the Western Conference like the Lakers and the Clippers, but not having a center, having no rim protection, no size to match up with any bigs, they have no answer for them, and that's why the score ended up going 153 to 149. On the Mavericks side, Luka doesn't play a lick of defense. Seth Curry doesn't play any defense. I mean, the game was very fast-paced. No one got back in transition. But not Rockets-Mavs game, we had a wild ending. The Rockets were down 7 with 45 seconds left. Harden hits a huge deep three to cut the lead to 4. He ends up getting back to the free throw line, down 3. It's about 6 seconds left. Hits the first one, missed the next one on purpose, and the Rockets get the tip and to tie the game. I mean, this is the NBA. This is the NBA we all love. But for more content, please like, share, subscribe to my Instagram and YouTube channel, The Falco Takeaway. Again, I want to thank everyone for watching my content. Please stay tuned for more.